Everyone, this is Michael Tharp, EDU. It starts with you. It is June 1st, 2022. Candy and I have been busy. We took some weeks off, but we're back because we're just helping transform so many people's lives. Candy, you're almost done with the school year. How are you feeling? What's new with you?
Oh my goodness. That's right. I know there's a lot of parents out here that can relate to being tired and exhausted, but not me. When you're in really good health, I'm ready for this. 2 more days. I've got this. I'm bringing energy to the table.
And I would imagine, with everything that you're doing, how many people you're helping, getting done with school is just going to multiply that even more. Knowing you're just going to be helping more people.
Absolutely. I am on a mission to get people healthy. So look out, everybody. I'm coming for you.
I love it. And I'm so thankful that you introduced this to me. And I just want everyone to know I started my health journey last Monday along with my oldest son, who's almost 12. And so we're both doing it together. Absolutely love it. Super easy to follow. Not hungry. And we're already seeing some results. My son's already lost, I think, 8 to 10 pounds in about a week and a half. So we're really enjoying it, and it's something that's really bonding and bringing us together. And I'll be honest, he loves the brownies, Candy, like you said. He can't get enough of them.
That's right. This is the only plan where you eat brownies and can manage healthy habits, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like a master chef now, I'll tell you that. It made me
Yeah.
really double down and be like, all right, I need to learn how to cook really well, and I've been crushing it.
Awesome.
So today, normally, Candy, we have on people who have finished their health journey, and we were showing them the before pictures and the after. We want to do something a little bit different today with Andrew. He's kind of in the middle of his journey, and we really just thought it would be cool to get this documented of somebody who's not where they want to be yet, but is making, amazing progress towards their goal, just to really encourage people and show people that this isn't something that happens overnight, but there's a schedule, there's a plan to follow, and you will have success.
Yes.
So anything you want to add before we bring Andrew on, just about, people on this health journey and what they can kind of expect?
Absolutely. I hope today, when you meet our friend Andrew, I hope that you can really hear you're talking to a genuine man and father who just started this journey about 6 weeks ago. And so it's exactly what Michael said. We oftentimes will show you the end result, but why not watch the whole entire mini series? So it starts today. I hope that you can hear his heart and his mindset. And I hope it inspires you to look at your own health, or think about the people in your lives that need to hear this story and share it, because it's like I said, I'm on a mission to make the world healthy, and I'm coming for you. And my friend Andrew and Michael and I are going to team up.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. If you guys ever have any questions, feel free to let us know. We got to make sure we say hi to Chelsea, checking in, seeing how two of her favorite teachers are doing.
That's right.
So Chelsea, thanks for being here. Hope you're doing well and getting ready for a good summer. All right. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring in Andrew Chandler. Andrew, thank you for joining us today. Maybe just give a little background, where you're from, what's your family like, before we get into any details of your health journey.
All right. Well, my name is Andrew Chandler. I live in northern Michigan, Gaylord, Michigan, if anybody knows where that is. I'm a father of 4, married to my beautiful wife, Amy. I got 4 crazy kids from 17, 14, 13, and 5. Good Lord.
Wow.
Yeah, I need a nap most of the time. I need a nap. But they're all great kids, good students, good athletes, and life is busy, but at the same time, I wouldn't change it. I love my kids. I love being a part of them. We get to always a softball game or a dance class or gymnastics thing that I gotta be at. Somewhere something's always going on. But it's a good life. I've been blessed.
Awesome. So we already know you're busy. So that we're going to take that excuse out that a lot of people have is I'm busy, I got too much to do, I can't get healthy right now. So before you started this journey, maybe explain to us, where you were and what you had tried before, and maybe some of the struggles you had before you found any success, on this journey.
Okay. Well, I played football in college, and so I trained very hard. I used to be very athletic, used to be very healthy. The problem is when I gave up football to be a dad is I still ate like I was training for football.
Right.
I was a 6'4", 300-pound lineman training 10 hours a day. And when you still eat like that, it's not a good thing. It's not a good
Right.
thing. So I did that for years. I was constantly, I did the calculations one day and I was eating about in one meal what most people are supposed to eat in a day. Just because that was habit. That's what I always did. And then when things got depressing or frustrating, or you needed something to celebrate or, for any reason, really centralized around food, there was always a special dessert, a special meal. Of course, today you can have cake and ribs and cornbread and stuff. It's Memorial Day weekend. Of course. So, why not eat like that? And then it became, we can do that on a Friday. And then, just so many years of that, just constantly. So I tried to, over the past probably 10 years, I've tried everything. I joined several different gyms. This coach had the right program that if you followed that, it'd be right there. And then eating health programs of counting your macros and trying to make sure that you have the right proteins and healthy fats consistencies and all of these things. So I'm doing calculations to try to figure out what should be fueling my body so many times a day. And what a surprise, that gets old. I'm busy. I have kids. I do not have 4 hours a day to spend as a chef in the kitchen to try to figure out, to make sure I have the exact proportional everything with me. Or, when you're going to a cheerleading competition downstate, I don't have my scale to weigh stuff out. It's difficult. So I would always get discouraged that I wasn't seeing the results that I wanted. And I would eventually say that's too hard and quit. Or I'd get some great results for a little while. And once I achieved a small milestone, would say, okay, that's it. Now you get to reward yourself. And I'd fall right back into where I was, and that's that up and down constant roller coaster. It's really frustrating after a while until you just, well, I guess this is me.
Right.
Me forever. That's really hard to accept.
And before we went live, you were kind of telling Candy and I, what was kind of the trigger and, the motivation behind you starting this health journey?
Well, my ex-wife and now coach, Brittany, had joined up on this program. I'm doing this health thing. Like, okay, just like every other health thing I've tried. Her and I had the same gym at one point and stuff. And you're just like, okay, good luck with that. And then she started seeing some results. And then my kids, my two oldest kids, weren't in the shape that they wanted to be either. And so they joined in on the program because they have a teen program, for teens. And so they're both very athletic, very active, but they weren't as healthy as they wanted to be. So I watched them for several months, almost a year actually. And I watched them and my kids had unbelievable results, were the healthiest they've ever been. They weren't eating junk food all the time. My daughter lost over 45 pounds. My son lost 60 pounds and they were feeling amazing. And I was, okay, maybe there's something to this thing. Maybe it's not just a fad. I mean, if my 15-year-old son that would love to just sit down and eat as much junk food in the world is willing to stick to this program for a year and feel more confident and feel more, happy and feel sleeping better and just having a better attitude and his acne cleared up a bit. There's so many benefits that I just saw and just watching them that I thought, there might be something to this. And it was the horrible moment when I stepped on the scale and saw such a dangerous number. I said, all right, something has to change. Maybe I got to give something a try. So we'll try this thing.
And Candy, anything you want to add, being the amazing coach that you are, we just saw, he just described multiple people in multiple places in their lives having success with this program. So can you maybe speak to that really quickly, just about how this is for anyone and how it's tailored to specific people?
Absolutely. Andrew, you have a beautiful story. And before I talk about that, I just want to say that I hope that you're all hearing that Andrew made a choice to get healthy in the daylight. He didn't do this by himself. Um, he is surrounded by a community of health coaches, health like minded people with goals. But more importantly, Andrew, you just talked about the trajectory of your family. And I don't know anything more powerful than that. So let's talk about that. You mentioned that um, it wasn't just we saw a transformation in the young adults, your children, and I'm certain that I know I can't read Michael's mind, but I know as a former educator working with teenagers, we know how powerful it is to feel good about yourself as a young adult. And so finding that there is a plan that can help young adults while still growing and being active, that's important and it's priceless. Finding help at such a vulnerable age really can shape a lot of things. And I'm super inspired by the fact that you've watched your kids do this and they have inspired you. So I think what Michael, I'm trying to say is that there are a lot of programs out there designed for whatever point of health you are right now. You could be 16, you can be 85, you can bring some health challenges to the table. There are healthy habits for everyone.
And to me, I was just shocked. And, you know, my son who's 12 is having success, but to hear that other, you know, teenagers who, let's be honest, are usually not that disciplined, right?
No.
Are usually around junk food and their friends are eating crap and they're drinking pop all the time or whatever, or God forbid, school at lunch or lunch at
We won't
school.
talk about that.
Yeah, leave that alone.
But the fact that they can have that success is like, okay, anyone can do this.
I think it
So-
speaks to the fact that the plan is just that simple. It's
Right.
that easy.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I'm loving about it. So Andrew, you see them having this success. Where were you at, you know, when you started this journey? And then maybe, you know, talk to us about the beginning of it. Was it easy? Was it difficult? You know, any wisdom you can kind of give to people or encouragement to get started?
Okay. Well, like I said, I had watched people around me that I really cared about do something and changing their lives for the better. So I figured there had to be something to it. And it was one day I stepped on my scale at home and it wouldn't read it. It said error.
Mm.
So I got to go to work and step on a pallet scale. I don't know if people know what that is, but it's to weigh tons of things that weigh thousands of pounds so that they could put on shipping trucks. And at my work, I had to step on one of those to find out I weighed 397 pounds.
Wow.
Almost 400 pounds. And that's at 36 years old, you're going to die. Right. I mean, like that is not a sustainable lifestyle. It's not a sustainable weight. I mean, and with all of the health problems and everything that come along with obesity, and that's grotesquely obese. That's not healthy. It's not okay. Oh, what a surprise. My knees and my ankles hurt every time I stand up or try to get up, you know, just chasing my daughter around winded after 5 minutes of playing in the backyard. That's not where I want to be. I don't want to be that father. I don't want to be that person. I'm supposed to inspire them, not the other way around. You know, I'm supposed to be the leader. I'm supposed to be helpful. And I was not at all. I was spending every night with ice cream and cookies and something had to change. Something had to change. I couldn't live the lifestyle that I was living anymore. So I decided to, like Candy said, make a decision, do something with my life and make it public. I want the accountability of help from other people saying that, yes, I'm having a problem. I'm trying to change my life. If you see me at Burger King with a Whopper, slap it out of my hands. This is not okay. This is not okay. I'm trying to change my life here. And that was very helpful. The outpouring of support from everyone around me, from family members to friends to strangers that I've never even met, calling me to say, hey, good job. I mean, when I put something online to say, we're cheering for you, people from my church that I barely talk to that are coming out from everywhere to say, you're doing awesome. We see it in your face. You're doing so great. Keep going is just an unbelievable amount of encouragement that I wasn't expecting. I was expecting to just do this thing and see if it worked. And it's become, it's become a wonderful thing. And not only am I getting the health benefits for myself, but I'm creating new friends and developing better relationships and getting to reach out and talk to people that I've always said, man, I wonder what's going on with his life, or reconnecting with old friends. The first two people that joined with me, my best friends from high school. I said, what are you doing? I want to be in it. I said, all right. So I got two of my best friends on this journey with me, as well as my children and my family and my wife, who is just unbelievably supportive and helpful. And just, it's been amazing. I can't believe it.
That's great to hear. And I want to share right now real quick. I see Brett is watching, and he just joined and started his health journey last week. And, he's loving it. I mean, just texted me saying, this is amazing. Thank you for telling me about it. And he's actually a over-the-road truck driver. So he is constantly on the go, constantly on the move. And when Candy and I told him how simple this was, he's like, sign me up. Let's go. I'm doing this. I'm done. I'm ready to get healthy. So he's not craving any junk or sodas in his first week. And, being on the road, you're just constantly, every single exit, you can get right off and get poisoned, and it'll probably taste good for a little bit, but then ruin you. And I remember Candy, he's like, I don't like to drink much water.
I know. I am so excited to hear about all of the unintended changes that are happening. It's easier than you think it is. Andrew, can you tell us, I want you to brag on yourself just a little bit, because throughout a health journey, your body changes, but we have to learn how to celebrate the things that are going well for us. And you've made an awesome choice for yourself and your family, but you have some amazing results. And if you're open to sharing, I want to hear about your first week, the good, the bad, the ugly, and let's hear some results.
All right. Well, it was very difficult on the very first day, because I started every day with a cup of coffee. And by that, I mean a milkshake, because I don't really like coffee. So I would add so much creamer and sugar to it, so it didn't taste like coffee. And so the very first day of not getting that kickstart of caffeine and sugar was a little rough. I won't lie about that. But, I used to have horrible heartburn too, nonstop. I had Tums in my bathroom next to my bed in my car. I would keep Tums in my pocket because I knew that I was going to need those throughout the day. And by day 3, I realized I haven't chewed any Tums in the past couple of days.
Hey.
I reached in my pocket. I had 3 that I put in my pocket on that Monday, and I still had 3 in my pocket. Well, that's weird. And 6 weeks in, I still haven't taken a Tums. So, I mean, just the constant pain in your esophagus and the heartburn from clearly the garbage I was filling my body with is gone. In the first week, I lost 17 pounds in my first week, which is
awesome.
Astronomical. Yeah. Within the first 4 weeks, I had lost 51 pounds in 4 weeks. And like I said, my little one, who's 5 years old, Gabriella, she weighs 45 pounds. So to come up with the realization that I've lost enough weight to not be carrying around my daughter on my back anymore in 1 month was baffling and eye-opening, and just, wow, okay, there's really something is going on here. Clearly the program works. Clearly it's working for me. My knees don't ache every time I get out of bed. I don't have to take 5 minutes to stretch my ankles so they don't sound like a bag of popcorn walking down the hallway like I used to. I bent over and tied my shoe, and I wasn't out of breath. I know that doesn't sound like a big thing, but it was for me, because I used to have to find a staircase or a chair or something to put my foot on so that way I could tie my shoes in the morning. I mean, that shouldn't be a part of your life, and it was my everyday. And so those little things, or I took my belt off and my pants fell off. I had to drill 3 new holes in my belt to keep my pants. That's those victories of something right is happening. Something good is going on here. I don't feel like garbage. I don't need the caffeine to stay awake. I don't have heartburn every day. I'm feeling proud about myself. I mean, it's weird. and I love it. I mean, I guess is this how normal people feel? Because that's not how I feel. I haven't felt like that in a long time. Is this how life is supposed to be? Because I'll take it. It's pretty awesome, And now it's been 6 weeks, and I'm down 63 pounds. So I lost another 12 pounds over 2 weeks, almost a pound a day. But so I still have a long way to go. Like I said, my goal is like 175 pounds, so I'm not there. But if it keeps getting better, if I keep getting better friends and in better lives and people around me, if I'm surrounding myself with good people, if I feel this way and this much energy every day, then why would I stop? Why wouldn't I continue to change my life? And then, goodness gracious, I could actually play with my kids the way that I wanted to. I could accomplish my goal. I've always wanted to go skydiving, and I've been too fat to go skydiving. You have to buy a special chute and everything else. So that's my goal. I got to get down to my goal, and I get to jump out of an airplane. That's my reward to myself. When I'm finally healthy enough to be light enough to jump out of an airplane, means I made it. So that's where I'm going to. And I'm going to do my best and stay strong and try to take as many of my friends and family as I can with me along the way.
Exactly.
And I went skydiving for the first time in the last year. It's amazing. You'll love it.
I'm jealous. I want to so bad, but I'm so big that I would have to buy a special chute and take a 2-week training course to try to jump out of an airplane just to see if I like it. I got 4 kids. I got 4 kids, man. I don't have 2 weeks to take off of work to try to go jump out of an airplane. That's an unobtainable dream, or it was.
So
recently, now it's a reachable goal.
You were basically started at almost 400 pounds.
Yeah.
You are down to what? Probably 330-ish?
334 when I stepped on the scale Monday morning. 334.
Also already amazing results. And your goal sounds like it's about 225.
Yep, 220, 225 is where that's where the body mass index and everybody says I should be for my height and build and strength and stuff. That's where a healthy weight for me is. So
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I am looking forward to bringing you back on when you hit that goal. We know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that's going to be, 60, 70 pounds is already an amazing story. But imagine your story when it's 175 pounds. I mean, that's just, the amount of people you're going to inspire to change their lives is going to be absolutely amazing. So Candy, what I heard when Andrew was talking is, everyone talks about weight and pounds, but maybe just recap, what Andrew talked about and what you've seen with everyone that you help when you coach them. I mean, he mentioned multiple things that changed in his life.
Absolutely. Where do I even start? Andrew, we've only met each other a handful of times and never in person.
Right.
But I can tell you, I see it in your face. I hear it in your voice. I've heard you talk about your energy level. I hope you're still carrying around those 3 Tums in your pocket, because that's an awesome reminder about how far you've come, because it's what Michael said. It's not about the weight. It's about what you've gained. You've gained energy. You've gained time freedom, health freedom with your family. I just heard you say that you are changing the lives of people that you really love, your friends from high school and your family. I can hear that you're sleeping better. Your joints don't hurt. I mean, gosh, that list is really long about all of the things that you've gained. And if I sum it up, it's called quality of life. And instead of letting your health tell you what kind of life you're going to have, you're calling the shots and making it happen. I mean, I just heard you say that you're going to jump out of a perfectly good airplane. And I am terrified of heights, but I am so inspired by that goal you want to get to. I'm almost willing to say it publicly here that, darn, if you get to that goal, I might jump out of that airplane with you.
I love it. Let's do it.
I like it.
I can tell you that you are changing. You're changing every single thing about your life and about how you're showing up, and it is changing everything around you. So I really hope that someone out here is hearing the story of the weight loss, but I really hope that they're hearing about all the things that you've gained. And I hope that they can hear from you that you are gaining so much more, and it's so possible for them. And I know for sure that you're not going to do this alone, because that is the key component to getting to where you want to go, is the 3 strangers on the squares that you see right now. We're going to do this together. I'm excited, and it can happen for them too.
And that's, I agree, that's a key component, because there have been times that you are tempted. There are times that you're like, oh man, I've had a bad day. Pizza is easier. But it's because of my amazing wife. It's because of the accountability that I put on Facebook and people cheering me on, and a coach that never quits. Between my coach, Brittany, and Beth Fall, have just been in nonstop inspiration and encouragement and everything else. So that way, when you have a bad day, they're there to pick you up.
Absolutely.
And I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change it just for the relationships that I've made. It's been worth it. For the way I feel, it's been worth it. And where am I going to be, and what kind of relationships, and what kind of a health am I going to be in 6 months?
Yeah.
It's an unbelievable goal to reach towards. And it's nice to have a goal rather than just going home every night to watch SWAT and have some ice cream. It's nice to be interacting with people. It's nice to be living your life instead of just surviving it, and doing it with like-minded, goal-oriented, positive people. Is just, where have you been for the past 10 years? Where have I been for the past 10 years? Just living under a rock. Doggone it. Why did I let it get so bad? I don't know. It's just, I love it. I love every second of it.
I love doing this journey with you too.
One thing I've been saying a lot, whether it's about anything, that you want to change in your life, your wealth, your health, your mindset, is just stop saying one day. And Candy, we keep hearing this theme over and over again. People, why didn't I do this earlier? I wish I would have started a year ago. So stop saying one day and start saying day one is today. So if you guys want to get started with this health journey, get the support that you need, the simple, easy to follow plan, and the dozens of people we've already documented that have had success. You can look down below wherever you're watching this video on Facebook or YouTube. You can text a number if you just want to have some questions. You can fill out the health survey to get you started. And it really is quick. When Brett joined, Candy explained things, broke it down, and he was off running, excited, and is already having success as well. So Candy, any last words before we close out? Andrew, it was amazing to have you on. Your story, is truly inspirational, and your family tree has already been changed. And the fact that you're looking to, and just getting excited about helping even more people, I think just speaks to who you are as a man, and that you're not going to stop. And we know you're going to reach your goal, and can't wait to have you back.
Thanks a lot, Mike. I really appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. I don't really like bragging about myself or telling my story very much, so this was a little weird. But he said, if it can help inspire even one person to try to change their life, then it's worth every second of it. I can expose myself for the greater good.
Well, Andrew, I can echo everything that Mike has just shared, and I am so thankful. You're inspiring me to keep changing lives. And I can say this is what I have to say today. It's June 1st. It's day one. It starts today. Just make the decision.
Absolutely.
All right. That's it. We're going to call it a wrap, guys. I think we'll probably be back next week, Wednesday at 4:30. And we'll, I'll be one more week in and probably have some results and ideas of how to help you guys in your health journey. So thank you everyone for jumping on. We will see you guys next week. Have a great week. Enjoy the summer, guys.